In my previous episode, I promised I'm gonna go back to retro gaming. Retro gaming is the real bread and butter for any collector. Today, I've got 42 games that I've collected over the last few months across 15 different platforms. Retro gaming at its best, with prices, with value. So let's get cracking on this because we got a lot to cover. These games are from what you refer to as Sunday markets, flea markets, Friday markets, yard sales, garage sales, off the back of a truck. Probably about 2-3 of them online when I see them for good prices. However, the one thing they have in common is that they are from generations and consoles from the last 2-3 decades. So old stuff. And when I see them for good prices, I never hesitate. So I'm going to ask them in a way so that's more appealing and easy to follow. But let me start by sort of tell you exactly how much I spend on these games. For those who've watched my previous episodes, there are a couple of things you already know about me. So the first thing is I live and record from Western Europe. This is what you refer to as the Eurozone. But for the sake of making things easy, €1 is $1. If you're watching from the US, €1 is 1 GBP. If you're watching from the UK, from anywhere else, you can use these currencies for a point of reference. So let's get cracking because we got a lot to cover. First of which, shout out to a very nice fella on a Sunday market. I walked in and so saw the table. I saw that he had some games. Kind of like didn't really pay attention at first, and then I went back and decided to check them out, and we ended up having a chat, and then he said just pick up everything you can take, all of what he had left, because that was the end of the day, for $10, and I ended up picking up quite a few games actually for $10. So got the Assassin's Creed. Let me put them in order. So I got the first Assassin's Creed, perfect condition, complete. Obviously we're not going to check them all because they're quite few. So then the second Assassin's Creed, again, perfect condition and complete. Then Assassin's Creed 3, same thing, perfect condition. I haven't actually tried them. I haven't plugged my PS3 to try them, but usually these are like, you know, they last for life. No problems with those. So Revelations, and he said he got rid of 2 like beginning of the day. So I'm guessing by the stack that you see here, the 2 that he sold already are Black Flag and Brotherhood. I'm guessing if they're all for the PlayStation 3, but it could be Unity as well. I don't know. But we've got those. And then the one thing that actually I was very, very pleased about is to find a bunch of PlayStation 1 games. So as you can see here, Tekken 2. These are tried, the PlayStation 1 games, so perfect condition. But what's with those, as I'll tell you in a minute, I've got Rayman, so first Rayman, Wipeout 2097, Dynasty Warriors, and I honestly do not remember seeing Dynasty Warriors on the first PlayStation, although I probably had like, I don't know, hundreds if not thousands of demos and games and stuff at the time when I, you know, back in the 90s, mid-90s, late 90s, early 2000, I was on PlayStation 1. I do not remember seeing Dynasty Warriors on the PlayStation 1. And the last is Destruction Derby 2. So what happened is that these are, in Europe, these are not the original boxes. Okay, so it's basically what he did is that you probably got like blank boxes, and the cover art are the originals for all the games. Is the original cover arts, like you see for Destruction Derby 2, for example, and the games. That's a platinum edition for Destruction Derby 2. And the same goes for all of the other games. And then you've got like all the stuff. This is for, if you remember, the Sega Game Gear. This is Olympic Gold, columns, and G-Lock for the Game Gear. And another platform that's actually not very easy to find games for, but sport ones, kind of like, steadily available, the Mega Drive or the Genesis. I've got, this is football, so the official licensed product of the World Cup USA 94 and NBA game. The whole lot for $10. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to tell you the prices of everything I picked up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a global price of everything I bought that I'm going to share with you today. And that is $154. 154 euros is $154. But I think 2 or 3 games I had to order online, so I'm gonna add in the postage and the envelope, obviously. So we'll round up to about 170. So if you divide $170 by 42 games, it comes to about $4 a game. So obviously I didn't buy them for that price. Like, for example, the one I just showed you. These are like, I don't know how many. These are 9, 12, about 14 games for $10. So some I bought for, I don't know, $5, $6, $7. Others I bought for $1. But globally is $170, just to round up, and adding all the postage and the transport that I paid for the ones that I ordered online. So let's get starting. As I said, organize them in a way. That's actually from the same market. I got Gran Turismo. Sometimes I'm probably going to tell you the prices because I just remember. Otherwise, I just keep a record of them because the other thing that you want to or you remember about me is I circulate. I put games back online, and so I never hardly buy online. I usually go like to flea markets and Sunday markets, yard sales, garage sales, off the back of a truck, like, some community sales or something like that. But I do sell online. Gran Turismo, this is for $1. The first Gran Turismo. The box is unfortunately a bit broken, but the game is in perfect condition. With the manual, it's complete for the PlayStation 1. And what I'm going to do at the end of the episode is I'm going to put the global resell value. Okay, so 170 is what I spend globally if I resell everything. How much that I will earn, how much that price will be, and how much per piece it will be per unit. So the second one for the PlayStation 1 is Heart of Darkness. This I remember having. Again, it's complete. I remember the 2 discs. It's actually kind of like a cute adventure title. It's actually quite nice. And lately, not that easy to find. The last one is the one I'm most excited about, is because it's Metal Gear Solid Special Missions. This is the first expansion that I've known about probably in my life as a gamer or as a collector, right? So you got the first Metal Gear Solid in 1998, or was it 1999? And this is the expansion that I never had, right? The Metal Gear Solid, the first one, you can find it. It's okay. It's a bit pricey, depends on the condition. It's starting from about €30 to $30. This one I had to get online, negotiated it a bit, but got it. Perfect condition, again, complete with the manual. That's for the PlayStation 1. Then For the PlayStation 2, this is the way I organize them. A series that I'm kind of hoping we've got a game coming out in 2026 for the series, which I haven't played in a very long time. I used to own these games, but as I said, I circulate online, and that is the Onimusha Trio. And I'm hoping that Onimusha Way of the Sword will drop in 2026 because I'm really looking forward to this. Out of the series, I played Warlords all these years back on the PlayStation 2. This is probably one of the best samurai games I've ever played. Again, they're all in perfect condition. Then Onimusha 2, Samurai's Destiny, and Onimusha 3 with famous French actor Jean Reno. So this is for the PlayStation 2. They're from two different places. I think I got 2 and 3 from one place, and the first one that was a garage sale. Found it, so didn't pay that much. I mean, as I said, globally for everything you're going to see, I paid $170. And what I'm going to do, as I said, like at the end of the episode, I'm going to put the global price based on prices available online in Western Europe, and I'm going to pick the least price possible, the most conservative, to see what is the margin of profit if I decide to get rid of them, to sell part or all of them. And I will put the global price, global value the global resale value, and also the value per game. The PlayStation 3 is also very, very exciting, like some exciting pounds. To be honest, I'm lately, I don't know, probably in the last year or so, maybe couple, stopped collecting for the PlayStation 3. First because I have a lot of games, but if I do find games that like for example, I just we just went through the Assassin's Creed, because this is for like basically, I don't know, maybe 80 cents or 90 cents a piece or something like that. I mean, I know the first one is picking up in value because this was never remade physically for any other platform after the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. And it's steadily here in Western Europe, it's picking up in value. Not the case with Assassin's Creed 2 or, well, maybe 3. 3, yes. I don't know, like this is popular in a strange way. I mean, it's a great game, but definitely not this. So, but PlayStation 3 games are available, but there are things that are not very easy to find. So when I do find them, and I find them for reasonable prices, I do get them. For example, the first Ni no Kuni. Now, the only way I played this was the remake on the PlayStation 4. It's of course complete, perfect condition. It's beautiful. So the remake I played on the PlayStation 4, I never owned this on the PlayStation 3. And guess what? It's very, very difficult to find on the PlayStation 3. Another one is, well, this is from another yard sale, Dark Souls. I think that guy had like something, if I remember, he had like plenty of Call of Duty, FIFA, NHL and stuff like that, and that is the only game that I picked up out of the whole table, and had to negotiate the price because it was asking for, but I managed to get it for a good price. So complete, perfect condition. Still searching for Dark Souls 2 on the PlayStation 3 because these are valuable on any platform, especially the older ones. Another one, this one is actually good that I found it, because I don't know if I'll resell this one until I played it, because I played near Automata and I played near Replicate, can't remember its name, and I loved both of them, but I never played the first Nier, right? So when I saw it, That's on Sunday, one of the Sunday markets in a place not far away from where I live. Perfect condition. Picked it up immediately. So here you go. And the last one, could not believe it. I found it for the price of a flea market, and that's the first Demon Souls on the PlayStation 3. Well, I'm sorry, I'm saying the first edition of Demon Souls on the PlayStation 3, because obviously there's only one Demon Souls. There was a remake. There was a remake for the PlayStation 5, but that's the original. I played it all these years back. At the time, I think it was 2009, I think, or 2000. Yeah, I think 2009, 2010. And at that time, that was just not my thing. It was just too difficult for me, and it's just too demanding. But obviously afterwards I fell in love with it. So this is my second copy. I do already have a copy on the PlayStation 3, which is mine. And that's another one that I found for very cheap. Staying with Sony. So we covered PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and moving on to a platform that is very dear to me. I love this platform, and that is the PS Vita. The underrated, the overlooked PS Vita, criminally abandoned and killed by Sony. So I've got a couple of games. Again, games for the Vita is not very easy to find. Like, you've seen my previous episodes, I was saying that anything that flopped, you don't find the consoles that easy, and you do not find games, or at least decent games, that easy. You can find some games but Little Big Planet is probably, this is the best Little Big Planet if you actually like it. So if you like the series on the PlayStation 3, there's 1 and 2, and then the third one on PlayStation 4, and then there's Sackboy. But this is the way to play Little Big Planet. That's the best way to play it. And I got it for very cheap. The second one, it's from the same guy, so Mortal Kombat. And it was the reason that I started negotiating, because obviously the cover art and the box seen better days. You see it all ripped off here. But it's complete, it works perfectly fine. So a couple of games for the Vita. Then let's organize them in a way so that we have some nice images in front of us. There you go. What we'll add more as we go. Maybe put them here. And we got the Vita games. Right. Okay. So the next is another platform, and that's actually not very difficult to find games for, but clean, good games, not platinum, not like any special releases or something like that. Is the PSP. I've got a good copy of Daxter. This is probably one of the best games you can get on the PSP. Obviously, as I said, they're not as difficult to find, but clean copies are, they're becoming more and more rare. Obviously, this is like more than 20 something years old. Obviously, it's easier compared to the Vita. I mean, that was a successful Sony handheld. They printed like, I don't know, millions of copies, and the console sold, I don't know how many units, compared to the Vita that failed to reach the 10 million mark. Daxter, and the second one, it's a good day for Mr. Snake, is Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops for the PSP, complete, really good condition, excellent condition. Actually, everything handheld, because it's easy. I don't have to plug anything. I tried everything and they work perfectly fine, so no issues there. And then the last of Sony, we're going to go. I feel it's a bit cheating, but I have to go through them because not only they are sealed, well, cheating because I don't consider the PS4 as retro. Okay, I don't see this PS4 as retro gaming, but I've got a sealed copy of Neo, the first Neo. This is, by the way, $5. This is not a flea market or garage sale or off the back of a truck or something like that. No, this is just a store clearance. You know, we've spoken about this before. You just, I don't know, you walk in, there's like a basket somewhere in the corner and there's like a bunch of games. You know, most of the time they put all the FIFAs, all the old FIFAs, all the old sport ones and stuff. And occasionally they put something like this. Don't know why, but it was $5, right? Sealed. That's perfect. And for the same price, I picked up the last two. Neo 2. Okay, so that's for the PlayStation 4. And as I said, I don't consider the PlayStation 4 as retro. It's a bit of cheating, but I had to include those because, well, there you go. I mean, they're very, very special finds. Very pleased. I obviously have my copies of those, and I obviously played them. And I have, is it a remake or remastered on the PlayStation 5, where you have both games on the same disc. Then we're done with Sony. Let's move to Nintendo. Again, a couple sealed games. On the 3DS, Hyrule Warriors Legends. On the 3DS, sealed. Again, this is the same story as Neo. It's just thrown there. Store, I don't know, clearance, end of series, end of line or something like that, and they just put like a sticker, I think it's like $3 or $4 or something like that, and they just get rid of them. Pick this up, and this I remember, $5 I paid for this. So Mario Kart 7. Okay, still sealed. And as I said, I'm going to put the global price, so the least estimated price online here in Western Europe for everything that you see in front of you, as in global price, and we'll divide this by 42 to see how much will be for each game. Okay, to see if we make any profit. From a community sale or a neighborhood sale, as a table, a guy, and he said, I just missed out on a 3DS, a very clean 3DS console. Sorry about that, but I have a couple of games, so that's what he had left. On the 3DS, I've got Burnout Legends. Actually love the series, I love Burnout. Complete, perfect condition. So, missed out on the console. Because if you find the console on a community sale or like a neighborhood or something, and they just reserve, like, I don't know, a schoolyard or something, and they just lay out tables and you pick up consoles there, that is the cheapest. This is like really, really, really cheap stuff. It's just basically people clearing out their, I don't know, storage rooms and you know, the garage or something like that. The second one is Super Mario Bros. And I actually do remember this is like $1 each. That's $1 a piece, right? Super Mario Bros. For the 3DS. Again, perfect condition, complete. That's perfect. Moving on, I'm sorry, I rumble a lot. Couple of finds. One of them I had to send, buy online and pay for the postage and envelope, and that is on the GameCube. We're still with Nintendo, and that is Resident Evil 0. Very pleased to have this added to my collection of, there's an episode of the GameCube on this channel if you want to go and check it out, with some games and stuff, and speak of how difficult these games are to find. but this was online and reasonably priced, so, like someone just wanted to get rid of it. So there you go, complete, perfect condition on the GameCube, not very easy to find. So we've got Resident Evil 0, and the second one I've got on GameCube is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Never played this. I don't know if it's exclusive to the GameCube or not. Released on other consoles or probably other platforms, probably later. But never played this on the GameCube. This is actually from a garage sale, and quite recent. It's quite recent. Probably out of everything you've seen so far, that's the most I paid. But it still was okay price. It wasn't you know, a high price for something that you pick up in a garage sale or yard sale or whatever. We've got a couple more on Nintendo. So got Red Steel on Wii that I never had. I've actually never heard of this, but I watched some, like after buying it, watched some gameplay and it kind of looks interesting. So that's on the Wii, but the one that I found on the Wii, it was on that same community sale, like neighborhood, like a neighborhood about not even 5-minute drive from where I live. That blew my mind. It's my favorite series of all time, and that is Silent Hill Shattered Memories. When I saw this on this table, just immediately jumped on it, and I was thinking like, okay, the price I asked for, I'm ready for it. And it turned out to be nothing, just people wanted to get rid of stuff like lying down. And I was lucky because I was covered with like other stuff, not necessarily games. Most of these people sell like, I don't know, household stuff, furnitures, like table decorations and stuff like that. So it was covered, it was a bit hitting, so lucky no one saw it. So I saw it, picked it up, asked for a price, and to have it for that price is just brilliant. Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the Wii, another great buy. And then we only have one of the platforms. Please let me know, you're watching this from the US or the UK. This is probably the most difficult to find stuff for, and that is the Dreamcast. It's nearly impossible. It's very, very difficult. You find stuff online exclusively. Of course, when I say online, I don't mean eBay or Amazon or stuff like that. Yeah, but you can find them there, but the prices are just beyond ridiculous. So I got this on a garage sale. Well, actually a guy who owns like a truck, and he's always at that place, and sometimes he gets some like new stuff. Most of the time he sells like just the usuals. He's got like, I don't know, hundreds of PS3, PS2, Xbox 360, plenty of sport games and stuff like that. So that's the only Dreamcast game. And actually, you know, picked it up for $1. It's a wrestling game, and it's a Japanese version. So I do have a Dreamcast, but this one will not work because it's a Japanese. Japanese, obviously. Europe is a blue sign here. So that's for the Dreamcast. And the last two. So we've gone over Sony, Nintendo, Sega. The only one left is Microsoft, and a couple of good games on the original Xbox from yard sales. So Oddworld Matches Odyssey, complete, perfect condition. I love the series, and I also love the original Xbox. So that's positive all around. Last one is Gun Valkyrie for the original Xbox. So this one I actually looked it up, and it turned out to be exclusive, at least at the time of its release, for the Xbox, the original Xbox. Never released on any other platform. Not sure if it's released on any other platform afterwards, But again, perfect condition. Looks interesting for very cheap prices. I mean, you know, these are great finds. So as I said, what I'm going to do is now I told you, it's you are looking at the entire collection, as you can see here. And what I'm going to do, well, we've already spoken about the $170 that I paid for everything you see here. 170. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post at the end of the episode exactly how much a global resale value is, and also how much per game, to see how did I fare well or not so well with these retro games. So that's the episode for today. Thank you very much for passing by. If you like this content, there'll be plenty more. Please write me down in the comment section below if you want me to do a specific console, handheld, whatever you like, and I'll see what I can do. Otherwise, thank you very much for taking the time and checking out this episode. Look after yourself, and keep playing video games.